The biggest secret in Star Wars' latest show, Star Wars: Skeleton Crew, is now the mystery surrounding the planet at Atin's Supervisor, and if my theory about their identity is correct, then this series could be making a major connection to Order 66. If Skeleton Crew has proven one thing about itself thus far, it's that it certainly knows how to handle mysteries successfully. With the original mystery surrounding the planet at Atin itself, only two major secrets remain: the true identity of Jude Law's Jod Na Nawud, and the identity of the Supervisor. The former mystery has already been at the center of many different theories, but the latter hasn't been mused upon much, though Skeleton Crew Episode 7 makes it obvious that the Supervisor has a large amount of power and influence. The Supervisor seems to purposely hide their identity, which is evidence enough that this reveal may be something spectacular. Personally, I think the Supervisor could have some interesting similarities to Jod himself, and could have even more power than we know, and we're about to see it unleashed. The Supervisor should be able to go toe-to-toe with Jod. He needs someone to match his threat level. Skeleton Crew Episode 7 ends on a dark note, placing the four kids and their parents all under the threat of Jod and the lightsaber he acquired from Captain Tak Renard's lair on Lanupa. Jod is even more dangerous as a Force user, although his Force powers only seem to extend to more simple tasks, such as calling items to his grasp and unlocking his own cuffs. Still, this gives him the upper hand in any kind of conflict, which makes his presence on at Atin extremely threatening, especially now that he has a lightsaber. The only true chance of neutralizing the threat of Jod and his pirate crew is someone who can go toe-to-toe with him, and that someone ought to be the Supervisor. Everyone else on at Atin is just ordinary. They're not trained for combat and self-defense in the way that a lot of other citizens in the galaxy are, due to the fact their planet has been shut off from the horrors that the rest of the galaxy has learned to adapt to. The Supervisor may have to step in, and their intervention could truly surprise us all. Jod Renard's lightsaber may have once belonged to the Supervisor. Its origins are still unknown. Lightsaber in Skeleton Crew Episode 5. The Supervisor would be a proper match for Jod if the lightsaber he now wields once belonged to them. Renard had to have acquired the lightsaber somewhere, and given how unknown the origins are of this lightsaber currently, and the fact it's not a design that's recognized, it's very possible that the captain may have found it on at Atin. He may have either stolen it from the Supervisor directly or he could have bartered for it somehow. Either way, it's not impossible to imagine that this lightsaber was once the Supervisor's. The question is, then, why would the Supervisor have a lightsaber in the first place? What's key here is that at Atin's origin seem to go back as far as the High Republic era, if not further. At that time in the galaxy, the Jedi were at their peak, and their reputation was well regarded across the galaxy. The design of this lightsaber hilt is certainly reminiscent of something a High Republic era Jedi would have had, particularly with its gold embellishments. If this is the case, then the Supervisor may have been a High Republic Jedi suitable for this role. The Supervisor could be a Jedi hiding from Order 66. At Atin would be the safest place to stay hidden. Of course, no Jedi lives forever, not even one as old as Yoda. This means there may have been a system in place for at Atin where Jedi would continually take over the role of the Supervisor, as the Republic would not only trust them to do so, but they would also have the necessary power and means by which to do so. If this is the case, then whichever Jedi was the Supervisor during Order 66 would have no doubt felt what happened to their peers, and would grow very, very paranoid about being discovered themselves. This could explain why things are as strict as they are on at Atin when it comes to communications, travel, and more. While at Atin had been purposely hidden for years, it could be that a Jedi Supervisor, fearing whatever threat was out there targeting them, hunkered down on all the precautions to keep this threat out, hence why they went to the extent of stunning the parents for sending out a single communicator. At Atin would be keeping them hidden from Order 66, and it would be the perfect place to continue hiding. Introducing another Order 66 survivor would be a bold move for Star Wars, but not one they're a stranger to. It's also the easiest way that they can make a proper threat to Jod. At this rate, no one else would be able to take him down. I think that a showdown between Jod and a current or former Jedi would be absolutely fascinating, especially if it exposed who Jod truly is. With only one episode of Skeleton Crew left, I'm curious to see if they finally unveil the Supervisor, and if this mysterious individual may indeed be a Jedi.